All right. So I'm really, really excited because again, today marks November 1st, 2024. We've got 2 more months into the year. 2 of these months just happen to be 2 months where you absolutely will be drained. You will be exhausted. You're going to want to go to bed earlier. And then you're going to feel guilty because you're going to say to yourself, my goodness gracious, I still have so much to do. And then you feel bad if you actually relax. So then you stay up later and then you're more exhausted because then you only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep and then you're missing your workouts. You're not reading, you're not writing in your journal. And it just becomes this like spiraling thing. And then here comes January 1st. And we all know what happens on January 1st. We try to refresh, we try to renew, and we try to think about our one word. We try to think about, man, all the good things for 2025. But if you're stuck in the rhythm of a negative downward spiral, and you try to tell yourself, okay, self, how do I balance my time? How do I balance and take a piece of this time management? How do I block my time? And we talk about time, 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 time. And I've been starting to learn over the past probably couple of months about how to really, it's not manage your time. What matters more is how are you managing your energy? And I love how probably over the past, here's just an example, probably over the past, I don't know how long Dustin's been doing this, probably like 6 or 7 months. And the dude's been going on carnivore. Very rare will he eat pizza, pretty much ever, never. But if you see him eating a carb, it is because it's like a massive cheat day for him. But you ask yourself, well, why are you doing this? Like to yourself, Dustin. Not only because of his health, but number two is because of his what? His energy. He knows his body. He's self aware enough to say, hey, listen, I know how my body operates. And if I eat carbs, I'm going to be very, very sleepy. And so that's why he's saying to himself, okay, well, how can I have the most optimal performance throughout my day? And it's him eating a lot of protein throughout the day. We'll go to some events, he won't even eat anything. We went to a wedding, I want to say it was last weekend or the weekend before. And no joke, he didn't eat anything at the wedding. He was eating his berries from a cooler. He was eating a little chopstick or whatever, a meat stick. And so, what's my point in all this? So, all of you are driven right now, every one of you. You're excited. You're going into this, again, we're in this fourth quarter right now, and you guys are driven. But there's going to come a point, I know I am absolutely guilty of this, where I will sit there and say, there's just not enough time in the day. There's just not enough time in the day. I know for me, one of my rewards is if I get the opportunity to watch a TV show or watch a chick flick. Okay. Like those are my outlets of if I could just watch one episode of Outer Banks, the new season, excellent. Like I am a happy camper, but I've only watched one since they've actually came out. With that being said, maybe you feel like me, where you feel guilty doing the things that you love, right? That might disconnect you, that might allow you to relax because you have so much work to do. Anyone feel like that? Please light up the chat that I am not the only one that thinks like this because I want to understand that I'm not the only one. What do we do when we feel overwhelmed, right? Maybe right now you feel like you're overwhelmed. And what if I could tell you this is that what if you're doing the right things, but you're doing them at the wrong time? I hear you, Monica. You're like, I feel like this most days. Time is the only thing we can't get more of. Dude, I hear you, Tracy. It's finite. Time is finite. But you know what? One thing I've actually been learning a lot is this art of energy management. We hear about it, we learn about it so much about time management. Time management, you got to manage your time better. Broke people think about money and wealthy people think about time. They value time. Okay, all right, all right. Well, maybe you try to time block your day. And what am I doing in my day? Every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, my calendar, da 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 da. The things that I love to do, the things I don't want to do, I delegate those off. But we don't talk about the word energy. We don't talk about the word energy. And time is finite, but energy is renewable, it's replenishable, and it's a resource that you can turn on. Here's an example. Just the other day, I was in Charlotte and I could tell, we had a really great evening. We had like a social that evening or something. And then the next day, we had to field train. And I made sure I'm like, guys, y'all need to go to bed because, we can't be up here by, 11 o'clock, 11:30, like y'all need to go to bed. So I made sure like everything was over by 10 o'clock so that everybody could be rested. And we're in the car. I was monitoring and watching Eric as he was training, field training Camila, a brand new agent. And I could just tell like I was feeling tired. Okay. So what did I do? I got out of the car and I started stretching. I kid you not. Like I just started stretching because I didn't work out that morning. And then I started doing push-ups in the parking lot. And Eric and Camila are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, I need to like get my brain rolling. Let's go. And didn't really even drink barely any coffee that morning. But regardless, for me, what renews my energy is if I straight up just do some jumping jacks, if I will do some push-ups. I see Dustin, he's a great example of this. He's a great influence where out of nowhere, straight up, he'll just straight up do sit-ups or push-ups and like out of nowhere. And he does this a lot throughout the day. So I'm learning about that. I don't care about what other people think about me. It was funny. I think some people were driving in the parking lot in this hotel, like, what are you doing? But energy is a renewable and replenishable resource. We hear it all the time about, okay, well, you have to exercise. You have to eat healthier. Don't stop during the day to get your food, pack your cooler. It was cute because Adrian and Carrie were looking at, 2025 and, gifts, because we always want to change it up when it comes to birthday gifts and, just promotional gifts. And Adrian has been like, dude, you got to get a cooler. And I'm like, really? Like, so if you guys think a cooler, like an NESB cooler would be really cool, let me know because she's all about it. And the reason being is because, again, it's something that you can put in your back seat and you can renew that energy and have snacks throughout the day that are super duper healthy. So my question to all of you is this: what energizes you? What energizes you? I know for me, I don't know if you guys know of anybody that, like, if you were looking at them and they're like this and they're hunched over, like their posture. So one thing that I know for me and Dustin that we've been doing, even, with our kids, is that when we're sitting, our posture's up, because then like your whole spine and all the energy can go up to your brain and you can feel function. Because if you're like this, guess what happens? You got tension in your neck, you got tension in your shoulders. And honestly, I kid you not, I stopped going to almost massage therapy that I was having. And now I have physical therapy where they can work one area and really work into that. Now I've got tendonitis in my wrist. So I have to stretch those constantly every single day because I don't want to have a splint that I have to wear for the rest of my life. So what energizes you? What is it? We all know that we need to eat healthier. We all know that we need to work out. I told you guys, with Dan Martell, he's one of my coaches now. And I kid you not, he says you have to work out every single day, 7 days a week, no days off. No days off. It's a part of your identity because the confidence that you get when you work out, when you go walk the block, when you do push-ups, what do you feel? You feel more confident, don't you? And muscle, not skin, eats fat, doesn't it? Muscle eats fat. So what are your rhythms? And you're like, I don't understand what that means, actually. Well, I'm about to kind of throw out a little bit of an experiment because I want you guys to really think about where your energy is spent. And if you could do an energy audit over the next 7 days, like be really serious about this, because I'm going to be doing it and I'm really excited about it because, hey, listen, y'all, I want to be at my optimal as many times as I can throughout the day. So what are the things that, hey, I need to do that maybe I don't like doing? And if I don't like doing them, does that mean that I need to delegate it? Do I need to eliminate it? Or do I need to what? Automate it. I don't know if you guys have realized this, but that when it comes to your energy audit and you're looking at the things of what energizes you, but then if you ask yourself the question of, well, what drains you? Have you ever asked yourself that? Genuinely, what drains you? And what drains you may be different than what drains me. And I think that's valid. Okay. I've heard some people say that, hey, look, you get energy when you're around people. That's me. I enjoy being around people. Genuinely. It fuels my energy account. And man, it's other people depositing their energy into me. I get to deposit energy to them, and it is awesome. Whereas some people, they go into an environment and they're getting withdrawals from their energy account because they're around people. And so that doesn't mean it's good or bad. It's just, hey, whatever it means, what are some things that you can do to replenish that energy account so that you can be at your optimal, so that when you do go home, you're like, okay, I'm good, versus feeling like, oh my gosh, and you're completely drained. How can you replenish that? You see, when you're looking at how we can create the optimal environment and rhythms for peak production, that's what we're talking about. How can we create the optimal environment where you can operate out of your absolute best performance so that you can have the result of what? Peak production. That's the goal, isn't it? When we're doing interviews, if you're a leader out there and you're trying to create an agency, maybe you're a brand new builder, maybe you're a brand new agent with us, like a Heather who's just crushing it, running for her 10K month. And here's an example. She's got all these kids' activities, she's got Halloween activities, and me and Charles and Debbie, we're texting her like, dude, you got 2 more days. You got yesterday and today to really rock out so that you can what? Hit that first month for promotion. So what do you need to do to funnel that energy to make it happen? Make what happen? Peak production, whatever that production might be for you. Maybe it's a goal that you want to achieve. So what is leadership? Why is energy so important? Because every single one of you guys, if you are with the Dreammakers team, I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I'm considering you a person that what? Is a leader. And a leader always follows another leader, period. Like, it's not a leader that doesn't follow anybody. Have you ever seen all these greats? Guess what? They always follow another person. I don't know of any other time in history, genuinely, I do not know of any other time in history where even you don't have to pay for a mentor. You don't have to pay to get coaching. Guess what? You can just go to YouTube. You can go watch every single thing on Patrick Bet-David. You can go watch single thing on an Eric Thomas. There are so many outlets to learn. But the question is, do you have the energy to actually consume that material? And then what? Act on it. Apply it to your daily life. So you got to be able to understand that leadership is the art of harnessing human energy to create change so that you can get results, so the team get results. I'll repeat that. Leadership, there's many definitions, but this is one. Leadership is the art of harnessing human energy, this transference of energy, and us coming together and harnessing this massive energy, creating this massive, almost like this ripple effect, if you want to call it that, to create what? Change, to create results. But you've got to lead first. You can't lead anybody until you're leading yourself. And so there's 2 things I want you guys to think about, okay? For the analytics out there, 2 things. Know this, you're better at some things at some times. I'll repeat that. And again, if one of you guys could, start jotting down some notes in the chat, I would super duper appreciate it for those people that are trying to drive or something like that. You're better at some things at some times. You're better at some things at some times. But here's number 2. Different tasks take different amounts of energy. Different tasks take different amounts of energy. So therefore, what tasks are you doing that needs more energy to perform? Maybe it's going out on the field. This is why when I see somebody going out in the field, and again, everybody's different. This is why we can't judge people. You take a Joe Highlyfield, that boy goes out at 11 o'clock. He stays out until 8 or 9 o'clock. And that is his day. Like, he does it every day because his morning up until 11 a.m., he's got all this stuff. He wakes up at 5 a.m. He works out for 2 hours. Like, the dude is relentless. Okay. He eats a healthy breakfast with him and his wife and his kid. So his morning rhythm is fueling this energy resource so that he can play at his optimal at 11 a.m. If I did that, dude, when I was an agent, 9 a.m., I got to be at my first house at 9 a.m. I have realized I am most creative, most functional in the morning. I am most functional, most optimal. My energy, this natural flow of this resource, for me, it's in the morning time. It's before 2 p.m. Okay. And then I realized that don't eat carbs during lunch. Just can't. And I love being around people. I got to get out of my house. I got to go do something. So when someone says, hey, let's get some coffee, that fuels me. So again, when we're looking at, you're better at some things at some times, but different tasks take different amounts of energy. So I want you to do an energy audit over the next 7 business days. What drains you? What drains you? And then also what sustains you? where do you get the most energy from? Okay. Like for me, I get so much energy when I go up to a house. I kid you not. Like I love field training. But then at that like 2 o'clock hour, I'm like, well, man, I start seeing like, my ride along over here yawning. And I'm like, all right, what can I do to what? Create and harness energy in this moment. Just the other day, it was about 2 or 3 o'clock. What did we do? Bam. Me, Camila, and Eric. Well, Eric didn't do this, but we stopped at a stop sign and we just started doing push-ups. I said, Camila, let's go. We're doing push-ups. Why? Because I knew that if I could just get some blood flowing, if I could just stretch it out a wee bit, do about 10 to 15 push-ups. Okay, let's go. We're back in the game. Come on. Okay. And sometimes that's all it takes, a little bit just to kind of renew, kind of jump up, try to spark up and ignite that energy in you. Remember, when it comes to things that drain you, you got to delegate to the things that people actually enjoy doing. My neighbor, she's going to be helping me with writing thank you cards, okay, to clients, to ripple effect members, and with their families. She loves to write. Excellent. I don't. Genuinely. Like, oh, like, gosh, like if I don't like to do it. So if I could have someone help me to do this and they enjoy it, great. I'm going to delegate that off. Okay. And use it in my words. What about eliminate it? Maybe there's some things right now that you need to eliminate. Okay. For example, maybe you're spending way too much time in a home. Maybe you're spending too much time in your car in between homes and you're just sitting there. This is why we have the NASB 360 app. So all you got to do is click, tally, appointment. Yay. Start your day. Bam. There goes all your hours. Like you can just click start day, logged hours. Oh, I forgot. Past activity. What did I do yesterday? And then that's the simplest thing. Or automate it. This is why we have the NASB 360. This is why we have so many systems. I think out of all the partners, we are the best when it comes to systems. Why did you do that, Ashley? It's because I didn't want to keep training people on that. If I could just send you the link, if I could just send you step number 4, that's 6 minutes long on YouTube, you hear my voice, you get to see it live, and you get to do it over and over and over again. It's automated. It's automated. Do more of the things that sustain you. What? Do more of the things that sustain you. When you're looking at your day, if you could take an energy audit, look at everything that you do in your work day. For me, I love doing Zooms. Like it fuels me. I love doing these things. I love creating content. I love being able to help other people. I love coaching. I remember Ed Sheeran, we went to his concert and he said that he took about a year and a half off from singing and he just played golf. He tried to find a new hobby. And at the end of it, he's like, what am I doing? I don't like any of these things. I don't like any of these hobbies. I don't like doing any of these adventures. I love singing. I love being with my friends. And that's when he was like, I'm going on tour. For me, coaching, helping somebody, whether it's for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, doing an interview, talking about this opportunity, talking to my kids about principles, seeing them light up, seeing them learn, seeing them fail, and then learn a lesson. Oh my gosh. That's exciting to me. Okay. So that's what fuels me. That is what sustains me and brings so much energy. So create rhythms. And this is the thing. And I know we don't have enough time, but I want you guys to be able to try and start creating rhythms centered around your energy, of where your energy is most active. Okay. Again, if it's the morning, right? Again, when it's nighttime, I just need to shut off. One of my bad habits, my bad behavioral patterns is once it's almost like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I have a task that I want to do. And then guess what happens? I get sidetracked and I start scrolling on social media. And then I start going on YouTube and I start, watching all these shorts. And I'm like, what am I learning? And then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, why did I do that? Why didn't I prepare the night before? And so you want to visualize tomorrow tonight. Does that make sense? You want to visualize tomorrow's activities tonight. That's what you want to do. So if there was a right behavioral pattern, stop scrolling on social media and start writing on your to-do list. Hey, what do I need to accomplish today? What do I want to visualize tomorrow? How do I want my energy to play out? And you lay out your clothes because you know that you're going to work out in the morning time, if that is how you roll, or at nighttime. There's people that work out at night and they love that, helps them sleep, is working out at night. That used to be me. And now I like to work out in the morning. So, that being said, think about the things that you need to do, what you need to create, and what you need to decide. So throughout your day, what do I need to do? What do I need to create? And what do I need to decide? Your energy is absolutely transferable to others. I want to bring on Trina Comer. Trina, do I have you, Miss Trina? Trina's at a pace of 10,000 AP this week. Very, very, very proud of her. Miss Trina, do we have you?
Yes,
Come on.
ma'am.
So, Trina, tell me about, when you think about this whole energy transference, what do you think about? Because you're very productive and I mean, you're at a crazy week. You've already hit a promotion, probably on the verge of another promotion. Talk to us about how important energy is.
Oh gosh, it's very important. And um my energy kind of fluctuates. Sometimes I'll have a lot of energy in the morning. And then other times it takes me about 11 a.m., before I really get to going. But like you were saying, through the day, if I get tired, I'm feeling sluggish, tired, like, I just can't do this again, like going in a house or something. Um, I'll get out, stretch, um, you know, like you say, jumping jacks, just something to, release the negative energy, but also give me more energy.
Amen. Tell me
Yes,
about,
ma'am.
I know that we were talking about what is 1 to 3 tangible action items that you love doing that give you energy throughout the week that is a must for you that has helped you be productive this week.
Okay. So one of my must is my mindset, my spirit, it all has to be what I want to say, calm, So I do devotionals in the morning, praying, reading my Bible. Through the day, if I need that burst, then I will do the same thing. But a lot of times I'll play music. Music gives me that uplift and everything. And then what was the other thing you said? I'm sorry.
It's 3. So you've got your mindset. What's another
Yeah.
tangible action item kind of that helps get that energy going to create
Yeah.
production?
And then my leads, I just stay on track on my plan that I have. I just stay on track, just keep going and keep telling myself one more. And I just concentrate on that next door instead of what happened at the last one or what I'm expecting at, down the road or whatnot. I just concentrate on the next door, next door, next door, and concentrate on my presentation. Think about maybe on my way to the next house, I'll think about, something maybe I should have changed or said, not said, at the last house to help me with the next one. Um, yeah. And then there was something else I was going to say.
The third one, you got mindset, spirit, listening to music, devotions in the morning,
Mhm.
the thought of what you think 15 seconds practically after your last house and you go into your next house.
Yes. Oh my goodness. What? I'm just like, just uh,
Maybe that's a sign that you need to do 10 push-ups right now.
yeah, right.
Just kidding.
Um, ah, gosh, what in the world? And I'm sorry I didn't write it down because I just had it. Um,
But when you think about
oh my
it, let me
gosh.
know. Okay. And
Okay.
we're going to go to Jacob next. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jacob, Jacob, I know that you're also running for that 10K promotion. You just hired on your lovely wife, Camila. And you just, dude, like you're a ball of energy. Jacob, do I have you, sir? Mr. Jacob Bilton. We call you the Wolverine, Mr. Jacob.
Yes. Yes, right here.
So talk to us. Tell us about this energy factor. What do you do? What are some tangible action items that you do to create energy that creates production for you?
So every single morning I'm getting up, I do a nice good, not jogging, but I sprint. And, I do some push-ups, I work out, and then I take a cold shower. And after that, every single day, I pretty much feel locked in the whole day long. So locked in that sometimes I forget to eat, but and I pretty much work until dark every single day. Um, and I buy leads in bulk. So I'm basically door knocking all day long. So no big drives in between leads. just door knocking all day long. This is huge for me. I always pull as far as I can into the driveway, and I'm smiling while I'm pulling in, smiling while I'm going to the door, waving through the window, um, and just acting like, you know, absolutely acting like I am supposed to be there. I'm meant to be there. I'm meant to be there to help you because we are meant to be there. I mean, but the senior does see that if you're walking up to the door, if you are acting like you're not supposed to be there, they're going to see that. But yeah.
Amen. Absolutely. What do you think about this whole subject of energy? Why is it important?
Well, energy is definitely hmm, it's important because, well, for one, I mean, anybody can see your kind of energy. You can feed off energy. I mean, you can give good energy. I mean, energy is pretty much everything
Yeah, absolutely. And
about this job.
you think about it too, like maybe you're on this call right now and you're like, dude, I feel like I'm doing everything. Hey, go get your blood work checked. Maybe it's a hormone, maybe it's a thyroid challenge. And just go get your blood work. I remember Dustin, he got his blood work done like, I don't know, a year ago, and he had all these allergy tests. And he was like, Ashley, I'm like allergic to like 13 things. And I said, no way. And it was like draining his energy going in these environments that had this kind of allergy. And I said, that's crazy. So, folks that are like, I feel like I do everything, but it's just not enough, go get your blood work done. And maybe there's something else. I just got my blood work done and I had my dad look over it, so I can get an unbiased opinion. And he's like, this is good. This is good. It's like, okay, excellent, right? So just go get your blood work done, folks. Thank you so much, Trina and Jacob. Super excited. Trina, when you remember that third one, shoot it in the beast mode chat. I'm proud of you guys. Those that have not hit over 3,500, those that are not charting on NASB 360, I need you to please. Do you have any idea how amazing it is when I can just go in there in 2 seconds and you guys can see the leaderboard, but it tracks everything. And I apologize for it being a little bit slow. Just be patient with us because Joe is working on so many things for us. I know there's been a lot of updates, but it's simply because it's giving more benefits for us, not features, but benefits so that we can perform more out there to automate our days. Thank you guys for doing the NSP 360. Thank you for trusting me with that as well. And hey, if you've made six figures with NASB, okay, if you've made six figures with NASB, you get this really cool shirt. And please shoot me an individual text if you have. It says, if you don't take the risk, you will work for someone who did. And then on the back, I don't know if you guys can see it, okay, but on the back, it's almost like, hey, ask me how I made six figures with North American Senior Benefits as a life insurance producer. Drop the mic. This is like my favorite shirt. I probably wear it 3 or 4 times a week. I kid you not. Folks, let's make it a great day. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you again, Jacob. Thank you again, Trina. Y'all, if you're not at 3,500, get on Sprint. Let's go. Y'all take care. Take your ring.